Hello, happy travelers! Welcome back to my flight attendant channel. Now I am getting ready for a work trip. As you can see, I've got my little uniform on here. Uniforms are great because you don't have to worry about what to wear to work. I have a little extra time, so I thought I would make a video for you. I've been inspired by one Charlotte Dobre. She is an awesome YouTuber that you should go check out if you haven't seen her before. I'm going to be doing some reactions to some crazy flight stories. Now, this is a mixture of flight attendant stories and passenger stories. I have never read these before, so this is my first time seeing them. So without further ado, let's get into it. On a full New York City to London Heathrow red-eye, just after lights out, I'm woken by an air stewardess, definitely a Brit, running up the aisle towards me, shouting, "Emergency, emergency." Everyone, and I mean everyone on board, was convinced we were all about to die. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Probably not gonna get 5 stars on that flight. Turns out it was the guy 2 seats away from me, choking on his dinner. Ooh. Hope it was at least good airplane food. Guy in the row behind him gave him a Heimlich maneuver and he projectile vomited all over the bulkhead and the people either side of him. Oh boy, and you are nowhere near land, so you cannot land anytime soon. That's fun. I escaped the spray by a whisker. Oh, that's really descriptive. Thank you for that, dear writer. Then about an hour before landing, a woman at the back of the plane died. Oh, wow, okay. This is an eventful flight. I never, ever want to have a flight like this. So if you ever ask me how my flight was and I say boring and uneventful, trust me, that's exactly how I want it to be. I don't want stories like this. Nope.
How about no?
There was the whole "is there a doctor on board" thing. They lay her in the galley for landing and we weren't allowed out of our seats until the paramedics came at Heathrow. Man, that was an eventful flight. I would say so. So fun fact about people dying on airplanes, there is actually no such thing as people dying on airplanes. Flight attendants cannot declare someone legally dead, and we have to keep trying to revive them for the whole time until we land. So technically nobody actually dies on an airplane. I mean, you know, people do physically, but we can't pronounce them dead until they're off of the plane and with a doctor or whatever. So technically, they don't actually unalive. Okay, let's get to our next one. Everyone is boarded and the plane is in the middle of their taxi when a kid about 10 seats up and on the left side, I was on the right side, starts crying and screaming at the top of his lungs, "I need to poop, I'm going to poop!" Wow, you know, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Kids have no filters, I love that. Over and over again until the seatbelt signs came off. I've never seen so many worried faces and the look of panic as the mother picked up the kid and bolted to the toilet. Well, that's not too bad because he didn't poop, right? I mean, I'm assuming not. That might be a longer story. That's the end of that story, but just the kid yelling, not so bad, right? Like, he needed to, but he didn't, which is good. Like, he was old enough to hold it in, I guess. Like, babies, they just do it. Hopefully they're wearing a diaper, but they just do it, and then you're stuck with that. Let's go on to our next one. From a flight attendant. I was on a short flight to Ireland from Germany, and in winter it can get pretty stormy across the Irish Sea. That makes sense. Weather in Ireland. So the plane was pretty shaky, and a priest somewhere in the front rows of economy got up and read us some part of the Bible very loudly. Thanks, I guess. I don't really know. You know, you should probably stay in your seat with your seatbelt fastened if it's turbulent, even if you are a man of God. Just saying. Until then, everyone was pretty calm, but he made some passengers visibly nervous. So one of the flight attendants goes up to him and shouts very loudly, "Shut the F up and sit down." She got applause, he not so much. All right, I've definitely seen this in the news before with people bringing the word of God to planes, but like I said, maybe when the seatbelt sign's on, you just stay seated. Those are inside thoughts, right? Those should stay on the inside. You should probably not be so comfortable saying those to an entire plane full of people. And also, listen to your flight attendants when they tell you to do something, including shutting the F up and sitting down. Let's get to our next one here. It's from a flight attendant. I was flying alone and this little girl, maybe 5, wandered down the aisle and said hello. "Where are your parents, child?" I asked where her parents were, and she said they died and a police officer was flying with her to take her to her aunt. Whoa, okay. My brain was not able to conjure any response at all apart from, sorry. I mean, what do you say to that to a 5-year-old? She asked if she could look out my window, so I moved over to the aisle seat and let her, me continuously looking for a cop that she might be traveling with. Is that really what happens? Like, would a police officer take the kid? I'd like to think that's maybe not appropriate. I'm not sure. She then told me how her parents were driving back from a party last week and they got their car pushed off the road by a truck into a tree. She was quietly crying while telling me this story. Suddenly I hear, "Oh, there you are," from the aisle. There's a woman standing there. The girl says, "Hello, Mommy," and leaves with her. Oh, dear Lord. Where's the priest from the last story when you need him? Am I right? Whoa. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Immediate no. I'm getting off that plane. Saying, "Excuse me, I'm uncomfortable with this ghostly child." That's why would a 5-year-old know that? Why would a 5-year-old know to make up a story like that? That's awful. I'm disturbed. Very disturbed by that one. I take back what I said about the man of God. Come back. Next story. I sat in front of a kid, 12, maybe 13, and his older sister, who I assume was his guardian. It was a cross-country flight, and the kid was casually talking about how he had never flown before and is looking forward to it. All right, first flight. Cool, cool, cool. He seemed likely on the spectrum a bit. Okay. Then the plane starts to move, and he instantly freaks all the way out, not just a little bit of the way out, all the way out, screaming, "We are all going to f***ing die. Let me off this plane. It's a f***ing coffin. You're all going to die. It's going to be a f***ing fireball," etc. Whoa! That escalated very quickly. That is, yes, whoa, that's something. Again, where's this priest? I take back everything I said. The stewardess comes by and tries to calm him down. The sister is talking to him in English and Spanish, trying to get him to relax, telling him he is embarrassing her. She's never taking him to Puerto Rico if he keeps acting like this. The guy in front of me turns around and loudly offers the kid a Xanax. I mean, do they have, like, cherry flavored Xanax? That might be helpful. Just saying. That's a joke. That's a joke, guys. Calm down. Finally, the hero of the story, a big southern black lady, says, reading this verbatim, "James," not his name, "honey, I'm gonna need you to calm down, sweetie, because you're making all the rest of us real nervous now, okay?" Maybe here's the lady of God right here. That seems helpful. Eventually, and for no noticeable reason, the kid relaxes and starts talking about how cool flying is. Okay, you know, that's high highs and low lows. That's a lot going on in one flight. Kid's having a lot of emotions, but, you know, that's allowed. Like a switch, he starts looking out the window, saying things like, "Wow, the view is really cool. I feel safe now. Everything is okay after all." Audible collective sigh of relief. My goodness. Well, kids are gonna do what kids are gonna do, am I right? Whew. All right, this is our last story. If you have any crazy flight stories, please oh my gosh. Please feel free to email them to me or DM them to me on Instagram, and maybe they'll make it into one of these videos if I make more of them. For me, it was a mid-2001 flight from Phoenix to Las Vegas. I noticed that nearly everyone was paying very close attention to the safety briefing. The flight attendant wasn't doing anything funny. It was run-of-the-mill. I shrugged my shoulders and went back to reading my magazine. That's how you know it was 2001, because there was an in-flight magazine. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Since I was sitting near the front, I overheard two flight attendants talking to each other. One asked the other what was up with everyone paying attention. The other flight attendant told the first one that there was an emergency landing earlier in the day and everyone had to evacuate. That is always scary. If you ever have to evacuate, don't take anything with you, people, please. No one was hurt, and it turned out to be a false alarm, but the pilot took no chances. These passengers were finally making it to Las Vegas. I guess the experience spooked them enough to actually pay attention to the announcements. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. When you actually feel like you might have to actually use the emergency demonstration in real life, that'll help you pay attention. So, thank you so much for listening to these stories, guys. That is a crazy amount of insane stories, and I hope I never have stories like that. I do still have some. I hope I don't get more. I just want boring flights where nothing happens. I don't want anything to happen to me. I'm manifesting a nice, boring career. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you never miss my videos, and hit the thumbs up if you like this, and of course, subscribe. Until next time, this is Kelly from The Awkward Flight Attendant. Peace out.